Why Taiwan? Many of you have asked me that question in the comment section. If you don't know me, I've built 10 restaurants and I still own three of them here in Taiwan. Uh, People ask me all the time why Taiwan. First answer would be low taxes. Originally, I'm from Canada, and out there to run a business is quite expensive. The government hits you hard. Another reason here is low crime. There's virtually no street crime in Taiwan, so it makes for a nice place to live in because you don't have to worry about corruption or getting mugged or stuff like that. Also, there's no government interference in your businesses here in Taiwan. There are a few regulations, but technically speaking, you could open a restaurant with $300 on a push cart on the street. The government won't say anything like that. Also, as a foreigner, there's a little flavor to bringing authentic food here. Don't get me wrong, there are many foreign restaurants here in Taiwan. The quality of them is varies from places to places, but if you do like good food and priced right, you're gonna be okay. And another of the reason is that people are quite nice here. The Taiwanese people, they mind their own businesses. They're curious about stuff, and they're just trying to make a living like the rest of us. This is not a third world country. People make good income here, and most of the people are highly educated, like a bachelor, master's, even PhDs, and they travel the world, so they know what real food tastes like. The reason why I came here 20 years ago, I used to live in Canada. I was chefing out there, and I was caught in a loophole, I was stuck in a corner. To open a restaurant in Canada, I'm from Montreal, and to open a restaurant out there is quite expensive, like under $700,000 or $800,000. You're not going anywhere, and if you've been a chef before, you know you're making nowhere close to that. So it was either like find some partners, which is very difficult. And to be honest with you, right, if you're gonna spend $1 million on a business and sell dishes for like $20, your $1 million is gonna take like 20 years to come back. So, and that's if you make it. So it didn't look very good for me. I was caught like in pretty much, if you're chefing, you're in a dead-end job. You can't go anywhere else after that, besides maybe being a executive in a big hotel or stuff like that. But not so many places are open to do that. So I was completely stuck, and I was kind of in a depression at the same time because I was wondering if this was going to be my life forever. And I decided it was time to make a move. I went to Korea for a year and tried to do business out there. I was part owner of a small bar in Taiwan, and there was again, I was stuck there. I wasn't going anywhere, and basically I came to Taiwan for 2 weeks, a month holiday before I went back to Canada and never come back here. And I liked what I saw. I met my wife the second day I was here, and I decided to give it a go. The taxation system here is fantastic. It's a 17 flat tax on the corporate plus a 5% sales tax. In Canada, it's a 15.5% sales tax on everything, and the corporate runs around 28 to 33. So already it's a big change. Number two, to open a restaurant here, like I said, there's not many regulations. The government is very business friendly. Pretty much if you can rent a space, you can open your business the next day. Rules and regulations are not that many here. Inspections are not that many here. You don't need permits, you don't need licenses, you don't need all this stuff that you need in Americas or in Europe, right? If you thought about opening a restaurant in Canada or Europe or the US, you know that before you can do anything, you need 17 goddamn permits. So which they all cost money, and you haven't started earning yet. So it's not very conducive to making good business. So here, my first place, I didn't work in, I was a customer, and I was chatting with the owner, and then I offered some suggestion, and then he invited me as a partner. And with the money I made there, I opened my own place like soon after, like a year after. The government, as a foreigner, like if you're American, you're thinking America, or if you're Canadian, you're thinking Canada, you don't need to think about this, but you need a work permit to work in a foreign country. So like in America, it's called a green card. It's quite hard to get. You need a sponsor, you need to work for someone. But here in Taiwan, there's a loophole. I don't know if it's a loophole or not, but pretty much you can give yourself a work permit by forming a company and be an employee of that company. That's what I did. I think it cost me like $4,000 to have the whole process set up. And I had my first company before I had a company, like a business inside a company. So that took care of my status here as a foreigner in Taiwan. Other countries have different rules. You should check this out if you're looking to go somewhere else. I think it's the first thing you should check out. How possible is it for you to work in a foreign country? So yeah, so after that I opened my first steakhouse, and again, I went very well, and no government interference again. You can design and build pretty much anything you want. As long as the place is clean, it's gonna work great. The government won't give you any trouble here. There's even two taxation system here. You've got the official cash registry receipt that has a 5% sales tax, and the 17 corporate at the end of the year works on that. There's a parallel system as well, which is a written receipt. So the government will come to your restaurant or your small business and say, how many people do you seat here? How much money do you make? And if you qualify, you will pay like a fee like $100 to $200 a month in taxes. And after that, you don't need to pay a corporate. So that's the way the government found for everybody to pay something instead of stopping people from doing businesses. Because here we have many night markets. You can sell like some dumplings on the street. You can sell sandwiches on the street. And the government just wanted to make sure that, first of all, everybody's employed. And after that, everybody's paying something in taxes. So it's very friendly like this. Soon after, I ended up building 10 restaurants. I sold most of them. I kept only 3, one for my wife, one for me, and one is a catering business. And again, I had no issues with any of them. As far as customers go, the Taiwanese are educated. They're not fools. It's not because you have a white face that they will automatically believe that you are doing great food or you have a great business. They travel the world. There are many foreigner restaurants here. If you're in your mind, you're thinking, I'm gonna go a little bit like the Thailand dream, I will call it. If you're thinking you're gonna go, like, I'm gonna go open a small bar on the beach and everything's gonna be okay, well, this is a civilized country and it doesn't work like that, and there's no tourism industry for that. So, for example, most of my business is a Taiwanese locals. We'll have the Filipino factory workers and the business traveler for the Science Park, major microchip foundries in my city. So the foreigners who travel, they're business traveler, they know about food, they know about great food because the company pays for their food. So they're used to eating good stuff. As for the Filipinos, well, they have an American culture in their country as well, so they know about foreign food. And the Taiwanese, they know about foreign food as well. So you can't just make a cheap burger on a pan and charge $20 for it. Pricing wise, in a country like Taiwan, the foreign food, I'll give you an example. A bowl of pasta, like proper pasta, costs you about $12. That's my sales price. A burger will cost you about $12 as well. Burger and chips. Barbecue pork ribs probably cost you like $18, $17. So it's not a low income market, it's a high income market, and you can make good money. As far as employees go, I think the minimum salary is about $1,000 a month, but you will get nobody to work for that. My chefs who've been with me, my girls who've been with me for like 5 to 8 years, they make around $3,000 a month to $4,000 a month, depending on how much profits we make. Some people think that some countries in Asia, I'll put it this way, some countries in Asia, people think that you just go out there and you're white, you're going to be successful, but a lot of people here in Taiwan try, but not many succeed. I think in my city, I think we're only 3 white people, 3 foreigners doing business here, even though many tried. So anyway, that was that for that. If you have any more questions on this subject, let me know and I'll let you know in a future video. Bye-bye.